when you got leverage. So make your case for Andrade. Like, why should you fight this guy?
Because
right there?
on the zone we have Gennady Golovkin. We have Gennady Golovkin and Andrade on the zone that doesn't have an upcoming fight.
No, I know that, but just say I'm Canelo. I have a fight in May. You're Eddie Hearn. You're whatever. You're Andrade. Make your case right now. Like, tell me why you should.
He arguably the best 160
I want to just hear the case. Be like, he's the world champion.
I'm Eddie Hearn.
Make the argument. Yeah.
I'm about to be Eddie Hearn.
Let me see.
Okay,
well,
I'm about to put my. I'm gonna do Eddie's job for him. Since he ain't doing it, I'm gonna do it for him.
Let me make the case.
Hey,
make
Canelo
the case.
Alvarez.
Yes,
man.
We are listening.
You know, all the respect to you. You're one of the best Mexican fighters today. But Andrade said you don't got no cojones, and he a whole champion.
And you ain't said nothing about Andrade yet.
And you ain't said nothing yet. And Gennady Golovkin, you Triple G, but Andrade treating you like Lil G. Is you serious? You gonna let him disrespect your name like that? Put some respect on your name. And he need to pressure the zone. All I'm saying, he could do it respectfully. He don't have to disrespect Canelo and Gennady Golovkin or anybody. All he has to do is apply the same pressure that he's doing on Charlo on these guys on the zone. For example, just send an offer and make it public. So people know that Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin are turning down these offers. But when you don't talk about it and people say he the most avoided, why are you being his promoter? You're supposed to be promoting him like the boogeyman, because he is the boogeyman and the most feared at 160, him and Charlo. So that's my point. Eddie need to apply the same pressure if he has Andrade's best interest. That's all I'm saying. So can you hit the bell? On to the next round. Of course, we can't ignore what Oscar De La Hoya had to say. He came out stating that Billy Joe Saunders and Smith at 168 turned down a fight with Canelo. They both turned it down. Now, ironically, he also came out a week ago claiming that Charlo turned down a fight a year ago.
Yeah, that was.
And it's like some BS. Like, bro, we've been talking about that fight for I don't know how long. How come you never put it out in the media? So the thing is this, you said on our previous episode that Canelo is the face of boxing, or at least one of the two. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if he's such a face of boxing, why is he offering chump change to Smith and Billy Joe Saunders, where I know for a fact, and I know 100% they want to face him. And they sincerely do, because that's the best option, is just a no-brainer. So why is he lowballing them? It seemed like he want to just act like people turning down fights with him because, you know, he's the best and stuff, and make the case for him, which we know we could all see through that like a broken glass. But what I'm saying is, if Canelo Alvarez is the face of boxing, why is he lowballing these cats? Because I never heard Mayweather send somebody an offer and they turn it down to fight someone else. So they stated, Smith came out, and Billy Joe Saunders saying, man, they BS it. Like, they send in low ball offers left and right. So they need to improve the offer. And they are. So, what's your thoughts on that? Is Canelo Alvarez ready to fight Moret? And blame it on Billy Joe Saunders and Charlo and freaking Smith turning down BS offers that's low blows.
Yeah, so one thing I want to say, I always have to constantly do a disclaimer, because we might have some new viewers out there, hoping that we are, shout out to the new subscribers. But I'm not somebody that is a Canelo advocate in there. So I just like to state things objectively and just real. So when I talk about his resume, or I might say that he's the face of boxing, like there are certain, measurements that we can look at for them. But I'll say with this whole situation is that I'm not that pissed off about the low ball offers to Billy Joe Saunders and Callum Smith. But what I would say is that I think this is the perfect commercial for Andrade in the sense, and then the fact, just say, hey, offer me something. Give me opportunity to say no. Apparently you want to fight at, I guess he wants to make the move to 168. Follow him up to 168. I think Canelo might be fighting for a belt, which Billy Joe Saunders having a belt at 168 seems like a joke to me. But I will say that I don't like that move. I could give damn about the kind of lowball offers because
So I'm saying,
I don't think that those other two names internationally they kind of ring some bells. So maybe that's something that they're doing. But Billy Joe Saunders.
Well, he sending them low ball offers. I'm like, who is you gonna fight? It ain't even a fight we want to see, really. Like, we all know they both coming off horrible performances. Billy Joe Saunders was losing against a nobody. On the other hand, my man Smith, they say he robbed his opponent. So it ain't even like a fight everybody clamoring for.
Yeah.
However, he's still lowballing them, so it's even a worse look. So I'm just saying, I know. You know, I'm a Canelo fan, and he let me down every time.
Every time?
And every single time. And I'm pretty sure you done dig your own grave trying to protect this man and have his back.
I'm just
but
trying
I
to
know
have
he done did you
facts.
dirty. I understand, but I'm saying he do make y'all look bad, though.
Y'all,
the
who's
Canelo
y'all?
Nation.
You said you was a Canelo fan.
Yeah, okay, well, I'm just saying, I'm telling it like it is. I'm just saying, so what's up with Canelo? When is he going to go some cojones and fight the best of the world?
Well, no, so... You know, if you gave me that argument about Andrade, if I was Canelo's manager, I would say that, you know, my last dozen opponents or something have been like world champions. I've fought the most world champions within the last decade or so. I've got belts at 4 or 5 different weight classes. I've lost count. I'm not sure.
First of all, he didn't fight the most fighters in the past decade, the champions. Canelo definitely didn't, and he cherry picked most of the decade
right now. Well, maybe it's somebody like a
I think Canelo could get the award of cherrying most of the decade. So I'm saying, when is he gonna fight the best? Forget Andrade. You mentioned Andrade, but I'm saying, when is he gonna fight like a Charlo instead of giving up his WBC strap? When is he gonna fight?
I think when the fight gets,
it's like frustrating.
When the fight gets big, and because I don't think besides us, outside of this bubble, this can be an echo chamber. There's not a lot of people that are just saying, "Hey man, when is Canelo gonna fight Charlo? When's Canelo gonna fight Andrade?"
Yes, there are. What you mean?
I don't think so.
I know they're not saying when is Canelo gonna fight Moret. I know that's right.
That's a BS fight.
Okay,
but it's not gonna happen though.
That's not.
So you bring that up. That fight's not happening.
But I'm saying ain't nobody clamoring for Billy Joe Saunders or Smith. We clamoring for Andrade and Charlo. We know that's gonna hit the world. That's gonna shape his legacy and define him as a fighter that have a career that succeeded or failed if he loses or wins against Andrade and Charlo. I truly believe that because
name 3 champions Andrade has beat.
Those are names that
name
will
3
haunt
champions
him.
Andrade has beat.
Well, let me finish this.
Okay.
Those names that will haunt him for the rest of his career. Because those names will be attached to Canelo names to the end of his career. So you could say Canelo this, Canelo that. But just like Floyd Mayweather was attached to Pacquiao and so Ali was to Frazier.
These are great fighters. We do not know if Andrade is great. I do that, but like we do not. No, you can't. No, you can say we do not know if Andrade is great.
And why don't we?
Because you can't name 3. You can't name 3 champions that he's beat that we would know. That's 3. That's only 3 people.
He beat everybody that stepped in the ring in front of him.
It is, but what I'm saying is that maybe he is avoided. I would give you that, but maybe when people don't avoid him anymore, we find out he's not great.
When's that? When he's 50 years old?
I don't know. We don't know.
He fought at 154. He was the first one to beat my man for the belt, for the WBO strap. I forgot his name. Vane, I think. I don't know. I'm sorry if I mispronounced his name.
Venice.
Venice.
Yeah, Venice.
When he was undefeated. First of all, he's just fought Nelson. I think that Nelson is his name. He's like 6'3", 6'4". Knocked him out after a 1.5 year layoff. And Nelson knocked out Tony. And Tony gave Charlo 2 hell fights. So what I'm saying is we can nitpick his resume, but at the end of the day, it's almost the same as Charlo. I mean, it's Canelo. For real. Because Canelo, his is made up. Name me the first champion he beat at 154.
The first champion he beat at 154? I would have to look it up.
Hatton brother. ladies and gentlemen, who's 147 pounds.
That was at 154.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he made a move from 147 to 154 to beat him for a vacant belt. So that's what I'm saying. We could nitpick anybody, resume. I'm talking about we want to see the best versus the best. If you have a strap, you a champion that's supposed to fight all the other champions. I don't want to hear no excuses. Y'all on the same network with the zone. So I'm saying
Austin Trout.
So
Lara,
I'm saying
Angulo,
Canelo and Andrade are on the same network. He was one belt removed. You said, why does he need to fight Andrade? Let me finish my point.
All champions I named.
So Canelo Alvarez, he said that he want to be the first Mexican fighter that be legendary and win and be undisputed at 160. According to him, he was one belt removed, and that was the WBO strap that Andrade has. And he said absolutely not and gave up his strap to Charlo because the smoke got too real. He wanted a cherry pick. We remember when he picked up that belt as well at 154. Smith. He fought Smith for it, but he didn't fight Andrade. As soon as Andrade vacated the belt after he called Canelo a B, puta, is that how he say in Spanish? Puta. So he know what we talking about. He called him that. And guess what Canelo did? As soon as the belt got vacated, he fought Smith for it. So you can hit the bell because you saved by the bell. You saved by the bell.
Let me say one thing. So Hype 2B says Canelo and Lomachenko be ducking black fighters. So Lomachenko, he stopped Nicholas Walters, who's pretty sure he's black.
He avoiding Devin Haney.
And he beat Gary Russell too, who's one of the best out there.
He avoiding Devin Haney though.
And then with Canelo, he beat Austin Trout. He beat Lara, who's officially Cuban, but he's a black fighter. He knocked out Kirkland also. So
okay, I think what he meant is black fighters with rhythm.
What?
Because you naming me Kirkland and I don't know who. I'm talking about fighters like Charlo, Andrade that move like Floyd. They don't have to be Floyd, but at least they have the sign and the athleticism of a fighter like that. That's what he's talking about. And we know, of course, obviously not every black fighter is talented as an Andrade or a Charlo. We're talking about he's not fighting the best black fighters out there. Canelo is not. And Lomachenko, he ain't trying to fight Devin Haney, but his dream fight is Mayweather. We don't believe you. You need more people because you have a Devin Haney and you avoid him by requesting a French fries belt. And that's what these two fighters have in common. They requested French fries belts to avoid two fighters from the coincidental list. But moving on to the next topic, of course, call in OG Swag. Drop your zip code. So you call in and we pick it up. You have to call in at least, you know what I'm saying? You deserve a shout out in person.
Because a lot of y'all tough on the chat. Call in.
I want y'all Canelo fans to call in.
We want all the smoke.
Because I know, you know what I'm saying, Professor Nick can't hang in there with a brother. So let me see if Canelo, I'm calling out the whole nation. Every Canelo fan out there, what's up? So we know they don't want no smoke. Dang. So versus Tyson Fury. Now you have Floyd Mayweather. The first time they fought, he said he had Fury winning the first fight by ease. He even told Tyson Fury that. Show Professor Nim, we're gonna end the night, and of course, split decision. Episode 22 is over with, where we offer the Book of the Truth every Sunday live on Split Decision. So make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all click on the notification bell to get notified every time we post or go live on AkHi TV during Split Decision. We have real life professors teaching at the AkHi University. All you have to do is subscribe below if you're trying to get smarter by the minute. If you're trying to get dumber by the second, and listen to these decasts. /O Media. Of course, shout out to Dante for starting the new media wave that I'm a part of. And obviously, shout out to Professor Nim. Always great talking to you, man. You know, lay it out. Of course, you picking Tyson Fury. I'm picking Wilder.
I got him by split decision. So we're going to, cut up this live segment. So we're just going to have the one that's focused on the prediction. So we want to see the people 50 push-ups. Go ahead, put online. Like, we're going to record it. We want you to record live, and then we're going to post those up. And then also, once we get to about like 20,000 subscribers on AkHi TV, we're going to bust out a very cool segment called Professor Nim's Boxing Gems, where we're going to be teaching you like little subtle movements, but just kind of really schooling y'all, taking it from the classroom into the gym.
Yes, sir. That being said, I just want to lay this out, excuse me, because I forgot it to mention it. Wilder, if he corner Tyson Fury, he better, like he knocked him out, like knocked him down in the 7th round the first time. Man, put your hand on his head, man. You know, like Barrera, we watched when he fought Prince Nassim. What did he do? Because Prince Nassim Hamed move his head, he would grab his head with one hand like he throwing a punch, but grab it and punch it with the other. Wilder need to do that. Don't throw the hook to land. Throw the hook to just grab his head and.
That's just called boxing genius. That's like that's like
I feel
little
like Wilder
subtle
could pull
stuff.
it off. I feel like Wilder could pull it off. He's athletic enough to pull it off. He just need to be taught these things and be reminded during the fight.
To do it that quick, you have to have a boxing mind. So when you think about Lomachenko, like he does a move where he pulls your heads down and like comes over, but that comes from growing up having a boxing mind. So, and you talking about Marco-Antonio Barrera, who is a boxing legend.
I think Wilder, we're gonna prove you wrong and show you.
I want to see. I want to see.
Boxing mind this Saturday. So
we're gonna come live.
Tune in. We might come live after the fight, depending on Professor Nim's schedule. You know, he a professor working on research, working on abs. You know what I'm saying? Big things. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna leave him at that. That being said, appreciate all my AkHis, man. Professor Nim, you already know.